This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
Hello, pet lovers. Welcome to Best Bets for Pets. I'm your show host, Michelle Fern. Okay, today we're going to talk to the inventor of the most gorgeous doggy bathroom I've ever seen. I don't want to call it a doggy bathroom. It's the most elegant piece of furniture that your dog gets to use as a loo. We'll be right back. Hey everyone, Michelle Fern here. Natural Farm is the best place to go for collagen sticks and bully sticks and gullet sticks made with all natural ingredients, free from preservatives, artificial coloring, and chemicals. They have some great new products, such as stuffed collagen sticks in bully stick peanut butter and chicken flavor, power bully sticks made from beef cheek and pizzle, and of course their peanut butter flavored collagen sticks. Go to naturalfarmpet.com and use the code BESTBETS15 for 15% off store-wide.
Let's talk pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back, everyone. I'd like to welcome Anastasia Miles. She is the inventor of the City Loo. Welcome.
Thank you, Michelle, and thank you for inviting me. I'm very, very grateful for the opportunity to share.
I'm so excited to have you on. Okay, so first, as I said in my intro, this is the most gorgeous indoor pet potty that I've ever seen, ever. And I've had a few on the show, like a lot over the last 12 years. It's just beautiful. I mean, I'd want it in my house if I had no pets even. I don't know what I'd do, make it plants. I don't know, but it's just gorgeous. You invented it, so you could probably give people a much better visual than I could. Let's talk about why you created it.
It started out just for me personally for a couple of reasons. One of them being safety for myself and my dog, living in a condo in a high rise. And I have a little poodle, and safety issues was we have eagles that pick up our little dogs. And we were afraid that if we put any sort of outdoor grass patch or potty pads or whatever out on our balcony, an eagle would get her. She would fall off the deck. The other safety issue, it sort of was one of my concerns, is we live in a condo, but it's an older building and it doesn't have one of those built-in dog potty relief areas. So the only option that I had, or my husband, was to take her down the elevator, out the little walkway, and out on the street. And living in a city, the grass and all that is not always available. And so late at night, early in the morning, it's not always the safest, and also for anybody to be out in some areas. We live in a nice area, but anyway. And also, I live in Seattle, and we have a lot of rain, and it gets dark. It doesn't get light here in the wintertime until about 7:38, and then it gets dark at 4:30. And on the other side, with the convenience side, it wasn't appealing to me to get out of my pajamas at 5 o'clock in the morning and go down the elevator and out and bundle up and go outside to take her out. And so the other only options that I found was, to put the potty pad in the house or the artificial grass or grass patch. But I have a pretty little apartment, and to have to walk or stumble into my puppy's gifts that she would leave was unattractive. It would smell, and then have guests over with that. And so I devised or designed an enclosure that when I had a house, the dog would just always do the dog door. Never had a problem. So I put my condo, I have a sliding glass door. I put the dog door in, and then I designed this enclosure that it had a cover to it. So my dog goes out the dog door, goes into the City Loo, and comes back into the apartment or condo. And because of the lid, everything stays dry and clean. We have snow this morning, so we didn't have to worry about that. And I love walking my dog. She loves to go for walks. We live in a Kirkland outside of Seattle, a beautiful little lakeside community. We love to go for walks, but when we want to, not in the rain, not in the snow,
Right.
when it's light out, and we can both enjoy our walks. And she can going for a walk doesn't necessarily mean she has to go potty. So that's sort of the story on how it started.
I love the idea that if you have sliding glass sliders, you could put it right next to the slider and still have the loo outside because it's all enclosed. And to kind of give people a visual, it's loose side, so it's clear, but
Correct.
it's enclosed on all three sides with like a little door. It's almost like a doghouse, but chic,
Yeah, I went through like 4 different renditions because I wanted to, because a lot of people don't have the balcony. So I wanted something that would really be chic and it would sort of blend into or hide into somebody's, if you're in Chicago, New York, not everybody has a balcony. So you could still put it inside and have the potty pads and the grass or whatever your dog, preferred that they use inside. And it's enclosed actually on 4 sides. There's a cutout like window on each side with the acrylic window that you close whichever way you need to have the City Loo face. But I've had people with cats use it and with the dog door.
That's what I was going to ask you. That's my next question.
Yeah.
You designed it mostly for dogs that are 15 pounds and under, but I thought, what about cats? Because I'm trying it on one cat that does not like litter boxes. No matter what I do, how many I have, no rules apply to her. She likes the ground. So I'm thinking she will like the City Loo.
That would be perfect. So people have used it because our cats always win. They go in and out of the dog door. So they go out into this and it's designed the size of it. I sell on my website a tray that absorbs the odor, which is 99% of the bacteria causing odor, which is great, especially if it's indoors. I also sell the potty pads and artificial grass, but people have used it with the dog doors and they'll put litter box or whatever. You can use the grass or whatever you prefer inside it. And the cat can't jump out and escape. And the cat goes in and out and gets the litter box out of their apartment. And I've had cats my entire life too. And the litter box in an apartment is usually in the bathroom or the laundry room. And you have the smell and the litter tracking in and out. So I've had people with cats absolutely love it as well, which was a surprise. There's been a couple of aha moments down the journey of this with seniors, with yacht owners. It's been a joy. It's been such a fun project that I had no idea it's taken on a life of its own. And I'm really proud of it.
On your website, you mentioned how user-friendly it was for yacht owners I live in boatland down here in South Florida, many, many boats, mostly power boats, of course. And you don't think about it, but if it's a large size boat that, not just a little day trip, people would have to, how are they going to walk their dog, right? If they have their dog with them, they have to go back to dock.
Yep. So my bookkeeper goes, oh my gosh, I wish I would have had when we had our yacht. I'm up here in Seattle and we have the San Juans and people go boating for, 2-3 weeks, a month at a time on their yachts with their dogs. And she would have to dinghy her dog twice a day to shore. So last November, I went down to your neck of the woods to the Fort Lauderdale International Yacht Show with my little brochure, and I talked to a lot of the yacht brokers and I showed them the idea and it was, if I had one person tell me it was a bad idea, I would have stopped a long time ago. But the yacht industry, the yachters and the boaters love it because you put a potty pad or the grass patch on, in the boat and it blows off.
Right.
Or people are stumbling around the boat and they'll step in it. And the City Loo is quite substantial. It's heavy, because it's made originally to be up on like the 26th floor of a high rise, and the wind blows, it can blow your barbecue grill over to the other side. So I needed something heavy. It's about 48 pounds, and it accommodates dogs to about 20 pounds, not 15, which is great. So, but for yacht owners, they can take this and keep everything sort of contained and sanitized and not have to worry about taking their dog to shore or what to do on the long trips as well.
And it's yacht worthy design wise.
Yes.
It's so elegant.
Thank you. Yeah, we went through 3 or 4 different renditions and it had to be easy to assemble.
That's my next question. How do people assemble it? Because it might sound like it's challenging, but you just said it's easy. I actually didn't assemble. My spouse is the assembler, and he did it while I was away. So he said, look, and I was like, oh my gosh, that is gorgeous.
Yeah. Well, I did it. It ships flat, and it had to be designed in a way that if I could put it together, literally anybody can put it together. There are 4 bolt screws at the base, and then everything simply slides together, slides in. And then with the hinges, you just screw in the for the top, there's the hinges there, and I have there's instructions, and there's also an assembly video on my website. But that was one of my major criterias when we did this, is that if I could do it, anybody can do it. Yeah.
Well, you want to make things user friendly, because there's nothing more frustrating than getting something that you're looking forward to. And it's such a challenge to put together. And over the years on Best Bets for Pets, I've had all kinds of products, and some of them were such a challenge to put together, or they wouldn't stay, or pieces didn't work right, that it's not good. You want something that's functional, but if it's, doesn't pass some of the other steps besides the functional, number one, easy to assemble, then it doesn't make it down to step 2, which is the functional.
I can't put one of those things together for the life of me. So
those things are like,
oh my gosh. Yeah.
My spouse he's kind of a left brain engineering kind of guy, so he can figure it out. I once put something together backwards. It took me 3 times. I don't know how they do that stuff. I'm glad the City Loo is so easy to assemble. We're going to take a short break, and we're going to come back and talk about how you can teach your dog how to use the City Loo. We'll be right back. Hey everyone, Michelle Fern here. When my cat's healthy, she's happy. And when my little diva Molly is happy, that makes me happy. But I'm not a mind reader. I don't always know when she's healthy. And so helping me along and just to know that my cat's healthy is just one reason I use Pretty Litter. Pretty Litter is made up of ultra-absorbent crystals that trap odor instantly. No more stinky cat bathroom smell. I love the fact that it weighs less, no more lugging heavy boxes, and it's dust-free. That's because Pretty Litter has a super light crystal base. And it also, since it's dust-free, it's less messy. And the crystals last up to a month, which means less scooping and fewer trips to the trash can. Here's the coolest thing about Pretty Litter. It changes color to help detect early signs of potential illness in my cats, including urinary tract infections and kidney issues. This is so important because, I talk about cats. I have 4, but Molly, she's my little diva baby, and I can't tell when she's not feeling good. Cats are stoic creatures. She doesn't say, hey, Mom, something's up. So how would I know? Another great benefit is that Pretty Litter ships free to my door in a small, lightweight bag. I never run out of it, and I don't have a huge container of litter taking up space and stinking up my place. Pretty Litter helps keep my cat healthy and keeps odors down. You and your cat are going to love Pretty Litter as much as we do. Go to prettylitter.com/PetLifeRadio to save 20% on your first order. That's prettylitter.com/PetLifeRadio to save 20%. prettylitter.com/PetLifeRadio.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back, everyone. We're talking to Anastasia Miles, the inventor of the City Loo, which is a gorgeous indoor-outdoor pet potty. So how, Anastasia, do you teach your dog how to use the City Loo? And your dog is Coco, right?
Correct.
So
Yeah.
was it kind of easy to teach Coco, a little challenging? And
Well, it's just like teaching your dog to let you know that they have to go outside to go potty. And dogs, especially, cats are easy to train, but dogs like to please you. But also with treats came into key a lot. In fact, my dog uses a City Loo naturally all the time. But if she knows that I'm home, she'll looking to make sure that I see her going into the City Loo because she knows she's going to get a treat when she comes out. And just you have to stay consistent. So in the morning, instead of as you would normally would do is take your dog out to go potty, you show them where the City Loo is, and then go potty. You know your words of go potty, and then have a treat, and just with some really positive feedback and staying consistent. We did have a couple of accidents at the very, very beginning, but you have accidents training your dog to go outside. And it's just really staying consistent and letting them know that this is where they go potty.
Yep. And they'll do just about anything for a treat.
Isn't that the truth? Yeah. What we all, right?
That's a good idea for training them. Okay. Do you have any interesting customer stories? And I also, maybe before we get to that question, in reading your website, reading different things on your website, you brought up another point that makes it really good, is that in senior living places where they don't really like the idea of you having a dog, but with the City Loo, it's a little different. Or with somebody that has a senior that has limited mobility. This is a great idea too.
On both of those, for the senior housing, it's just now taking off, and it's a new startup, and it's in a couple of senior homes here where you move into these beautiful apartments and they're smaller. You've got your pet, and the staff they don't have the staffing to take your dog out when it needs to all the time, nor can the seniors, especially with the inclement weather or the mobility, are able to. And this just been so well received with the senior community. And then with senior dogs, moving forward to that, they can't make it to the elevator because of their age, and they are senior dogs. This has just filled another little niche. It's been fun seeing these little niches that this is sort of accommodating.
I could see a lot of that. And any interesting customer stories that you can share?
Well, other than this one, the surprise one was I've had the people with the cats purchasing it. A mother who was sending her daughter to NYU with a little Yorkshire Terrier that was scared to death of her daughter, taking the dog out for walks and so forth, that she was just so thrilled to send her daughter with the City Loo when she went to college, which was also another surprise. And then having my neighbors come over and my friends going, "Oh my gosh, I saw this. Would you please give me one?" So now we have it patent pending and a trademark on it. But to have with the apartment buildings, the general managers have just been sort of almost giddy because so many people don't make it down the hall with their dogs in the elevator. And they have the problems with so many accidents in the building. So it's been it's been very rewarding to sort of fill all these niches. I'm just so proud of how it turned out. And I think aesthetically, it just is leveled up because I couldn't find anything like this. And then with the tray that has the silver seal embedded in it, which absorbs the odor, it just is sort of an icing on a cake.
How often do you need to clean the tray?
That's a good question. So with the tray and the potty pads, every time my dog goes poop, I lift up the lid and I pull out the poop. And then I take out the grass, and about every week, I'll rinse it off and exchange it out. The artificial grass, there's 2 per pack. So while one is drying, you just replace it with the other. And I put a potty pad underneath as well. And I designed the tray with little handles on the side. And I haven't seen anything else like that out there. So I had little handles that make it easy to pick up the tray as well. And then you just rinse that off. But I think you should do it at least once a week, personally.
Yes, that sounds like a good idea. And that makes it just so easy. And is that for, let's say, in a regular week of, walks, is that for, say, you walk your dog 3 times a day? So we're saying your dog would use it about 50% of the time?
Yeah, she uses it first thing in the morning and then sometimes late at night. But she goes to my office with me actually every day. And so we go for walks at lunchtime. And so it really depends. It's such an individual how your dog goes to the bathroom and how much and so forth. But she uses it in the morning and then late at night when she needs to. But other than that, she's with me all the time.
I guess if you have a senior dog or if you're a senior with mobility, it can almost be a substitute for walking. But
Yep.
then, of course, you'd probably want to clean it out more often. Okay, so thanks for all that info. It's great. What about future products? Larger size, maybe?
The next one I will be doing is a smaller size because I've had an interest, with people with much smaller dogs and smaller apartments. And then we will be doing a larger version, probably next fall, a larger version. I am just starting up. I'm women-owned business, and just to see what the market is and, how many people with the larger dogs. There's not that many in apartments. However, it does solve the problem because with the heat here in Seattle, we get really hot summers, surprisingly. And down in Phoenix area, I've had people buy them because the sidewalks, it burns their paws.
In Phoenix, it's so hot, they sell like bags of ice in drive-through restaurants because things melt. I've been there a couple of times and it's so hot. I mean, it's like the LA desert, the desert. I've lived in Los Angeles too. That it's so hot. But yeah, people don't realize in a lot of warm places, and I'm, in Fort Lauderdale, and it gets pretty hot here, but it's nothing compared to Phoenix. And you should never walk your dog. If it's hot for you, it's hot for your dog.
Right. And those sidewalks, it burns their paws. And so this also solves that problem in the summertime, even though you can't walk them out at, 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon because it's too hot for them. So if you can't walk on the sidewalk barefoot, you shouldn't have your puppy do that either.
Exactly. Well, I can't wait to see your future designs. I do like the idea of a smaller size because it also could be good for people that are that are mobile. We have a lot of people that take their dogs with them if they're RVing or if they're traveling by car, they're driving for, a couple of states. I mean, so many SUVs. I mean, I could see something, maybe a portable version.
We've talked about exactly that, is a portable one, sort of like a playpen when you go to hotels, to take it with you to the hotel. Because my husband, when we go to a hotel and we take the dog out, we just look at each other and go, I think we are so spoiled, because you're in a strange city and you're going out and where do I go to take my dog? Because we do take our dog on our vacations with us. She's part of the family.
That is a great idea because I have taken my dog with me traveling, and it's a challenge because a lot of hotels will have some will have a small like potty area, but it's hard to find.
Yep. Yeah. I haven't seen those, but it is challenging. Where do we go? Mm-hmm.
Right. Where do you go? They should actually, if you have a dog, they should actually have the City Loo so they could bring it into your room if you're traveling with the dog.
That's a thought. Yep. You should come work with us. Wow. You got all, you're right there. You got it right nailed it on the button.
Yep. I can even think of some hotels that would be good for you to that's like the new thing these days. A lot of hotels are, they realize we're pet parents. We don't have dogs and cats. We have fur babes. So there are kids and we want to travel with them and everything. And there's more and more hotels that are, pet friendly, which is a great thing.
Yeah, I think more people are getting dogs than children now. So we need to spoil them.
Now, where can people find out more about the City Loo and where can people buy the City Loo?
On my website, it's thecityloo.com. And there's a nice shopping cart. And we have right now, there's a 10% off of purchasing them. Well, it's also sanitary for boy dogs because the boy dogs that lift their leg and it's in your apartment with a potty pad that's just exposed. It's very easy to clean and it keeps everything sanitary and everything sort of contained for them. And also people who have small toddlers that wander around the house, it keeps, the potty pad and the grass, artificial grass and all of that contained so you don't have to have that mess. And I also designed it because I originally was using fresh grass and I wanted this to be, it doesn't matter what your dog is used to using, either whether it's the fresh grass or the bark that's disposable, or I picked out the finest or the highest quality artificial grass that you purchase on my website. And you can purchase the potty pads on my website. But the City Loo is designed to accommodate any of those, whether you're using the fresh grass, the disposable bark, the potty pads, or the artificial grass. So I tried to make it so it was user-friendly for whatever your dog is used to using.
Well, that's great. And it makes it an easier transition to get your dog used to using the City Loo, then easy cleanup as well. Well, Anastasia, thank you so much for coming on Best Bets for Pets. I so appreciate it. And thanks for sending the City Loo. Nikki had a great time using it. I want him to use it even more. So I'm going to work on him. He's an older, stubborn Havanese dog. So he's a challenge, but he loves the City Loo.
It just takes consistency and treats, and it's easy. They will do it. He'll do it.
Oh, he'll do anything for food. So, okay. Well, I hope all of you enjoyed that. You have got to check out the City Loo. This is, unbelievably gorgeous pet potty. It's just gorgeous and so user-friendly. And Anastasia thought of everything. Nikki had a blast using it. I want him to use it even more. So I will be breaking out the treats for you, Nikki, so we can get you using the City Loo all the time that we need you to use it. Because, Nikki's a senior dog. I want to also thank my cat crew. They're checking it out too. So I might have to get another City Loo. And that is Jethro and Charlotte, Dennis, and Molly. And thanks so much to everyone listening to Best Bets for Pets. I appreciate you so much. And of course, thank you to my producer, Mark Winter, for making me and my guests sound great. Now remember, keep listening because you never know what we'll have next on Best Bets for Pets.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.